welcome. This is Meeting You Motorsport. This is season 12 for the Formula Intercars. This is your main feature race. Alongside me in the box today, I have Gary. Say hello.
Hello, hello. I'm so excited for this feature race. It's going to be non-stop pack action.
It is indeed. We got the track pool in front of us and we're at Virginia South. We have just had a sprint race. If you haven't watched it, go back and click that. Go watch that. That will give you context for how the drivers are feeling. So they've just finished that race, and here's the qualifying order.
First up, we got Kumsum, followed by Rodders, then Viltec TTR, Nate Delta, Shattered Compass, Alex, Debug, John D, followed by J-Rook, Garrett, Old Boy, Artie, NDF, Leclerc, Maxi, Onyx, Orange, Bumble, and Crack a Cold One.
This is still a very cold day. The temperature has not changed. It's only 2 hours later in the afternoon in SimWorld here. We've gone from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. So maybe the sun getting a little bit lower in this winter sky, and these new cars proving challenging, as we have already seen in that sprint race already, huh?
Yeah, it's amazing wheel-to-wheel racing combined with cold and wet track conditions is going to make for some very adventurous racing.
It will indeed. You can see the track not dried up too much at all. It's still very damp here as we join the drivers going in to this feature race, and they're here on their formation lap trying to get some semblance of heat. And I'm imagining most of these guys have chosen wet tires at least to start.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Like obviously the sim doesn't necessarily show cold or wet tires on there, so I would imagine most starting wet. And it's also very interesting to see we got Lotus in the first and second position. Let's see what they can manage.
As we head off, they have crossed the line, and it is TTR. I think that's in the orange car looking down the inside, and the doors are shut as everyone else goes side by side, 2 by 2. And this is looking great here down as we get a great crane shot as we move up. And the guys go through the inside. I think it's TTR going up the inside of Viltec. I think that Shattered Compass getting wide, and maybe that is... Whoa! And lots
all
of
kinds going wide. Oh,
yeah, and there's a
see
crash
it up on the top of the hill.
Yeah, you can indeed as we move down. We can see this like tight corner, this chicane as we're moving into it. And this field is so spread out already, just over 1.5 corners. And look at Debug taking advantage, going up the inside there of Leclerc. And this is the Adamo Virtual Motorsport racing livery that we talked about in the sprint, that purple and black car. And if you don't know who they are, we will have a link below. They're a great racing team to join.
Yeah, throttle control is going to be so paramount for these cars. How you can get it to rotate in second gear, especially. You can see here, Old Boy is already pressuring. It's going to be a very interesting race, especially with these weather conditions and throttle control and rotating the car just right around these corners to maximize your exits, especially coming onto this straight we're going right now.
We are indeed, and we talked in the sprint earlier about the slipstream that these cars have. It is really powerful, so you want to be tucked up right underneath someone's wing to get the maximum advantage, because there's no power here, so air resistance is your worst enemy. As we go on board with Garrett Bryan looking around the outside there of Old Boy. No, he's stayed down the inside, and J-Rook, he's fighting down the hill. No, lives for another day as Kumsum stays in the lead, backed up by his teammate TTR in third, Viltec in fourth, Alex in fifth, Nate Delta in sixth. Points in the feature race go all the way down to 12th place, unlike the sprint race where they just finished at the top 7. So a bit more to play for here, and this is the reason you want to qualify well.
Yeah, we got the 2 Red Bulls hounding down Garrett as well. J-Rook is definitely putting some pressure, while Old Boy is doing the same.
Yeah, it's gonna be a challenging one. This one, the sprint, everyone's out of order. You're all in reverse order, and you can see TTR getting sideways there as he applies the throttle, and Viltec as well on the exit, just having a moment of snap. But this order, they're going to be in the qualifying. They've started the race in qualifying order, so you may naturally find a bit of field spread, but also at the same time, people have learned a lot of lessons on track conditions from the race they've just had. So your qualifying position may not now necessarily indicate your true pace.
Yeah, exactly. They may have gone and put some more elements of rear wing in to get some better downforce, or possibly switch their brake bias a little bit to get a little more rearward to handle some of these hard braking zones like this one coming on here. You want to brake nice and quickly, they'll release the brakes so you can get back the car centered up and tackle these tight little S's down here at the bottom of the hill.
As we see just how squirrely these are, the experienced Nate Delta there getting it sideways on the exit, and that's all not necessarily to do with the grit. It is somewhat to do as well with these cars. They are just very squirrely and small. The drivers, of course, having come from the kart 2000 days with a little bit more downforce. They may have felt squirrely, but nothing like this. These cars move a lot more.
Yeah, and what you really have to be careful for is when you're downshifting, particularly from third to second gear. When you downshift and if your car is not straight, it will put you sideways. And you have to be very careful about going into a braking zone and when you choose to downshift.
That's what ABC will be thinking about right now, as he's got Garrett O'Brien behind him as he looks up the insides, goes down into this braking zone. Is he going to downshift too much? Oh no, he taps the car in front. That looks like it was John. John goes sideways. Oh boy, goes through. So does Garrett. So does J-Rook. And John falling back. You can see him on the leaderboard on your top left-hand side of the screen, down into 12th place now. That was costly.
That was a close call there. That could have very easily taken in Garrett and J-Rook into that spin because they were both right behind them, but it seems like they were just able to avoid that and keep it clean.
Good reactions from those drivers behind, because you are very right. Sometimes you're watching an accident in front of you during a turn that you're trying to concentrate on, and that's more than enough to make a driver lose concentration. You just put something out of line, or look at the accident instead of where they're meant to go, or try and predict where the cars in front of them are spinning to. There's a lot to think about in those moments. So great driving there from both of them. As we see J-Rook right on the backside there.
And same as TTR applying pressure as well to Rodgers and Kumsum. He's looks like he's about to make a move here, and we got Rodgers defending the inside line.
We do indeed.
Get the right kind of rotation going around this corner and maybe brake a little bit later.
So side by side. Goes on the grass, he comes back on. Can he hold the position as they come down the hill? It's still the same
trying to make the most of it too. Yeah. Woo.
Come down the hill. Oh, it's some side-by-side action and it's gone bad. Both drivers look like they've spun. What's going on? Viltec in the grass, TTR in the grass.
Viltec going for the risky move.
Around the outside. Where can they recover to is the big question now. They were third and fourth, don't forget.
Looks like we got Viltec and Garrett going side by side, trying to see who's got the faster pace here at the moment.
Viltec with the dirty tires will feel some sufferingness, but he will feel good knowing his teammate is around him. That is one ally there, J-Rook behind him, and Viltec slotted into that gap now, suddenly playing second fiddle to a battle that he wasn't even part of.
Yeah, it's non-stop with these cars, that's for sure.
And you can see the different lines. All three of those drivers took in that fast right-hand corner as they're trying to slow for this second right-hand corner, which takes you out to the main straight. And everyone in recovery now that's had a moment in these past few laps, trying to refine themselves. And the order we got, lap 7 is Kumsum, followed by Rodders. They're the Lotus teammates, followed by Alex TTR, Old Boy, Garrett O'Brien, Viltec, who is J-Rook right behind him. Also new for this season, and Viltec in a sandwich he doesn't particularly want to be in. Down the hill. Over this little bump, take the sharp left-hander, try and straighten up the car, see if you can apply the throttle to stabilize the car through the little right-hander at the bottom, but then you have to apply the brakes, downshift just enough to get the car rotated, and then you're going to be where TTAR is, which is the right-hander, which just has this off camber, and you can see why everyone is going right to the edge of the track. That is not their preferred line, that is just where the camber takes these cars.
It looks like Viltec has gotten past Garrett, or maybe they did a little team swap there because of a pace, which is something that they're known to do. But you can see these margins are tight. 3 tenths ahead, 3 tenths behind, even 2 tenths. It is nail-biting stuff here. And J-Rook, as a rookie to this season, is applying pressure to Garrett, lap after lap after lap. And it's really interesting to see.
It is great to see these rookies get their elbow out and try, and you got to look at the pace here. Who's the fastest? It's come some right now in the 17s. You got Alex and TTR in the 17s too, couple in the 18s, few in the 19s. Oh, as J-Rook there is just showing his nose everywhere, and Garrett holds onto the car saying, wow, could you get any closer? Because that's not the rules.
I think we call that a love tap, if I'm not mistaken.
You call that a little love tap. Okay, a little kiss. He's just sniffing the rear end there, just sizing up his opponent like a dog might do to a new friend. We got Old Boy here. Now, this is great for Old Boy. You got to say, right? Was basically on to win the sprint race and had a bit of a argy-bargy moment. But look at him right now, 5th place. This is some incredible driving.
And he was, what did he qualify, like 9th or 10th or something?
Yeah, I'm going to have to look right now. He was 12th, so he's made up a few spots. Yeah.
He does have those good starts. He is known for that.
He is very known for starts, restarts, and as this season is rolling starts, well, you got to say there's something in here. He is going to use those strengths to his advantage, as that looks like Alex has got into the pits. So that is something we should mention. These cars have plenty of a fuel tank to get them through the entire race. So this is either damage or strategic. Maybe he wants to change tires.
The track is saying dry now, so there might be a window here. Switching to slicks could potentially increase speed. We'll see how that. Keep an eye on him and see what happens there.
That is it. So Viltek in the 16s along with Kumsam, they're your pace setters right now. Down the hill. Is that Old Boy up into 3rd? When did that happen?
Yeah.
He is on the move, and Viltek got a great recovery here. Up into 5th position now.
Yep, right behind TTR again, and then you got Garrett backing him up with J-Rook. So they're all hunting to get to that podium position, and it doesn't take much to get there with these sort of conditions. One mistake, and all of a sudden it can open up multiple positions and move you right on up.
And that is it, and that's just what happened there. And here we go, TTR hounding, not the greatest sprint race if you have seen the result of that. Looking to maybe make a bit of an amends, taking a tighter line, maybe trying to get more speed onto the exit. You can see the speed there, 130, 140 kph, 156. These cars are slow to climb. They do get there eventually. Get into the 200s. Down the start-finish straight, in the slipstream. There's a trio of them now. Old Boy, he is no stranger to defending against faster drivers. We've seen him often, time and time again, get great starts, great restarts, and then have a wealth of experience having to defend those maybe that have the pace over the longer term.
Yeah, this is getting exciting. This is there we go. Talk about exciting. That's Old Boy going wide on that corner, which we were talking about earlier. It's a really tricky spot. You brake a little bit late, and you're going into the grass, losing a
there
position.
There he goes. Yeah, he lost a position. We have said it.
Now under pressure from Viltek, who loves to take advantage of this corner.
There we go. Up the hill. So this is where you need every ounce of power that you got. He's got his teammate behind him. Is he pressuring? Is he just keeping him in check? Down the hill, they got a brake as they turn into this right-hander. The two Williams, they're taking it side by side, closing all the gaps. J-Rook behind them. Garrett Bryan tucked in the slipstream. Maybe Old Boy just faltering behind just a fraction, but I think he will climb back into that slipstream again from TTAR. As we come down, Viltek makes a move down the inside on an Old Boy. As they're coming into the braking zone, it looks like they're going to be side by side. Oh, it's going to be close. I can't see it as we're following Garrett here, defending against J-Rook, who's down the inside. This is great stuff, side by side action.
That's some hair-raising stuff there. And looks like J-Rook overtook Garrett there. Wow, fantastic stuff in front of there. It's really seizing the moment and pressuring him.
Learned a lot in that sprint race and taking it now to the feature race where the big points are paid out. So the top three, Kumsam, Rodders, and you've got to say they have a bit of a gap now, thanks to the incident earlier when Viltek and TTR collided. Now got a bit of breathing room. They don't have to go quite as hard, quite as soon. But I have just noticed, you said to mention and watch him, I'm I'm looking at Alex in 13th position. We think he's on the dry tyres. Shattered compass maybe as well in the 15s.
Wow.
So the dry tyres may be starting to come to them.
Will he have
Track
enough laps to make up for it?
Yeah, track temperature is up to 13 degrees. So it's getting hot here. I don't know how hot is hot, but it's getting hot enough. As we're on board with J-Rook, this battle is never ending. They're going to call it the never ending story eventually.
Well, looks like, Garrett's trying to pressure a little bit there, but maybe just more showing in the mirrors more than actually getting his nose in there. But man, this is tight.
And I'm looking now, TTAR is back down into 7th position. What has happened there?
Oh,
so
he must
clearly
have had an
lost it
incident.
somewhere. Must have had an incident as we look at Shattered Compass and Alex. These are the guys we think have fitted dry tyres now, and look at them hounding. They are making their way through the pack.
Yeah, that's clearly a superior grip happening there with those tires.
Yeah, the rest of the field haven't cottoned onto it, but you know, this race is only half an hour. We're maybe about halfway through the race right now, so there might be time if they were smart enough, but they may not have even noticed with all the battles that they're doing.
Oh, here we go. Is he making a move? Nope, not quite happening it, but definitely getting all up in Old Boy's mirrors. Let's see if Old Boy can hold off Viltech. And, you know, he's got J-Rock right behind him, too.
He's going to have to worry about his mirrors a little bit more than the driver in front right now. As we're on board with J-Rock, and this is the kind of slipstream, you can see him just closing in. It's like climbing a rope. You're just ever so slightly closer to where you want to be every single meter. Viltech takes the defensive line down the inside. J-Rock again trying around the outside. It's one of his favorite spots, it seems. No cigar today.
And it's tricky when you challenge that because, you know, he's got Garrett right behind him. And so the second you try to make that move, you're losing time. And that person behind you, like he's literally right behind him right now, tighter than he ever has been. So we'll see if he can make that push.
Yeah, and that was Old Boy off again. We could just see that car going through the grass, down that chicane section, and you can see the yellow flags on the track map just keep lighting up as people are touching the grass and going off or having a slight spin. Really challenging stuff here. Really challenging. So Garrett O'Brien, 6th place, 17.6. What's his time compared to the leaders? He's losing about a second and a bit to the leaders in this pack here. This pack looks like their pace is dictated right now by Old Boy, ABC 123 and 17.7. Kind of looks like a cork in the bottle right now.
Yeah, we'll see if Viltech or someone makes a dive for the inside. A little bit of gap there, might be too far to make that move. Oh, J-Rook looks go for the inside line.
J-Rook, there's a bit of an argy-bargy there. There's another love tap.
Yeah.
And then they seal the deal. No harm, no foul. They keep going. Down the hill now. Again, we can't stress this enough. These cars, the earlier you're on power, the more top speed you're going to have down the next straight. But at the same time, the earlier you're on power, the more the car is likely to slip around and slide on you, especially in these conditions. Garrett's opposite lock. This is more like rallycross than Formula racing.
Oh, it looks like he's taking an inside line here. Oh, getting his nose in. Oh,
he's got his nose in. He's got the wheels out. Is TTR going to follow through? He looks like he's trying to climb through the gap that Garrett is forcing his way through. He is nose to tail. It is hard to tell right now. And J-Rook defends to live through another day, but Garrett climbs up. He's up into P5 now. Great racing.
And I gotta imagine Garrett is happy that T-Tar is behind J-Rook now, because that means he's gonna have to be worried about his mirrors. He might not be aware of T-Tar's driving, but T-Tar is no slouch. So there might be a little bit of a breath there, knowing that he's got someone pressuring the person behind him.
And that'll be the way it goes right now, but it's Viltech again trying to fight Old Boy. It looks like he's definitely got the inside line here. This should be enough. Viltech does not need a second sniff. That was the move he needed to make. And he went down the inside. Great racing there. Up into 3rd position. He's now onto the podium where he started the race, qualified 3rd. And we do have to mention the qualifying time of Kumsan was phenomenal. 13.4, the closest rival. His teammate, the closest rival, 0.7 off. In cars where a tenth of a second is a lifetime, that was an eternity.
We haven't even seen them all race because of all the actions. Oh, speaking of action,
Oh!
Viltech and Old Boy going wide. Garrett taking
no.
advantage of that.
And Garrett up into third place. Old Boy now struggling to get the power down. TTR has got past J-Rook at some point during that conversation and is now saying, yep, that's where I want to be. I want to be there. J-Rook showing his nose there. And I like this.
Viltech's dropped to 8th. Yeah.
Oh, no. That's a costly mistake there. And look at them all fighting for slipstream, trying to get it past J-Rook outside of the slipstream. Let's see what he's going to do. Now he's in the slipstream as Old Boy moves across to the left. TTR down the inside. It's going to be last of the late breakers. Brakes hard. Who's in the background there? Is that Debug? Yes, it is.
It's always Debug. Look at this fight for third place. Is incredible. It's exciting.
There we go. TTR is just through, it looks like. Covers the line. Breaks down. It's the quick kink left, then the fast right. Put on the brakes, don't spin the car, get the car rotated round the corner. Is there going to be some opposite lock? It looks like there's a little bit on exit there. Right, now we have it. It's Garrett now. Now we find out the question, was ABC the cork in the bottle? Or is that just the pace of this bunch?
I got to imagine he's thinking, you guys go ahead and fight it out yourselves. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can't get ahead here and build a little gap.
Yeah.
But it's not easy to build a gap here. Yeah,
it is not.
You don't want to make that mistake, and then all of a sudden you've dropped down to 7th or 8th or 9th because there's 4 people right behind you.
And they are hungry for the points. So Garrett stretching his legs. What's his lap time going to be? Remember, he had to make the overtake. It's going to be in the 17s. Most of those drivers in the 17s. But I'm looking down the order. Alex in 9th, 14.5. A full almost 2 seconds quicker than everyone else. He is 32 seconds behind the leader. Don't forget that number. Those dry tyres starting to heat up now. As the track temperature stays about 13 degrees. Actually drops just to 12 while I'm talking there. So wind risen up to 4, and I see rain in the weather forecast. Are those dry tyres the wrong choice now? Is it just starting to rain again? As we're on board with Debug, he is ecstatic from his sprint win earlier. P7, I said that before. I did this not that long ago. What can I do here with the experience from keeping my nose clean and making my way through the pack? That great Jordan, Benson and Hedges. Whoa, livery. I think that's J-Rook getting squirrely. Look at that. Old Boy not far behind Garrett, so the leg stretching wasn't long enough legs. You're going to need to get some stilettos on there, Garrett. Get a move on. Make those strides longer.
The timing is not ideal enough. It looks like they're going to be closing that gap soon if he doesn't pick up his pace.
He doesn't. TTR showing his nose, but not going down the insides. That is not, as we said earlier, every time you go off the preferred line, you lose maybe a tenth, something like that. And then that puts you at risk from the driver behind. And the driver behind TTR now is Debug, who made hay while J-Rook and Ease tried to make some hay cutting there in the grass, which was way too wet, as he found out.
I'm just impressed you're saying his full name. J-Rook's about all I can handle now.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm even saying it. J-Rookerens, maybe. Sorry, I do apologize there for J-Rook. I apologize. We are learning everyone's names here in the commentary box as we go. Got to say lap 19, so it still comes up ahead of Rod is 9 seconds. There he is, leading the way. P1, teammate behind in the Lotus John Player special car. Beautiful liveries there and dominance so far. 1 and 2. And Garrett O'Brien in third place. A little bit faster this time, 17.4, but still, we're finding ourselves a second off the leaders as TTR brakes late. Lets the car roll into the corner, and there he goes, up into 4th place. Old Boy having to concede that one. And there you go, it finally happened. We do know how good at defending Old Boy is. And it took a gap like that for someone to climb through.
also took his position back from debug as well. Positions changing place every other lap is fantastic.
These cars, with them being so tricky to drive, but also the ceiling of these cars being relatively low, and the track conditions and the rain and the wet track, this is like the perfect concoction for the first race to be action-packed. And now J-Rook is staring at the gearbox, which you can see moving if you stare closely enough, of Old Boy in front. Old Boy looking to capitalize and make some hay while the sun shines. And look at this, Alex in P8. Where was he? 32 seconds behind. He's 30 seconds behind now. So maybe not quite as fast as he has been, but maybe that rain's slowing him down a bit. And look what you can see in front of him.
Exactly. What's going to happen is they're all defending from one another, so they're slowing all down, and he's going to progressively keep getting closer and closer to that pack and make that those slicks turn into a lethal weapon. And we can see TTR here pressuring Garrett now. Finally, it's look at that time, 1:16.2 compared to Garrett's 1:17. So now I would imagine Garrett's in defensive mode and having to have a second look on his line.
Yeah, and that isn't what you want. Like we say, every time you take your eyes off the road where you want to be, you're looking in the mirror, you're focusing on the car behind, maybe you're focusing on an accident in front, maybe you're focusing on the car beside. It's just time you're leaving on the table. It is at all points. So it's going to take some balls of steels from the guys to keep it moving in the right direction and not lose these cars. Remember, this is the first weekend they're really racing them in anger. They may have done practice laps. They may have done, races against the AI. They may have done practice with their teammates, but it is not battle. This is where it lies. This is the heart of it. It's where it gets really exciting because you don't know who's going to brake a little earlier or try to get a cleaner exit or try to break a slipstream going down the straight. Those are all things that AI just can't do the way humans can, and that's why racing here in the Mutiny is just so damn good. It is indeed, and there is TTR up into 4th place, as we've said. He's looking around the inside, he's looking down the outside, feigns to the inside, brakes. And in that moment, I just see Old Boy trying to follow the line, and J-Rook going, actually, I'm just going to stick my nose in there. Just excuse me, I'm just going to get a good
Not being shy, we love that.
Yeah, not being shy at all. This is a great debut, you've got to say, from Alex and J-Rook at all. So Alex has passed Viltec now up into 7th place, and TTR getting wide. Old Boy almost thinking about having a sniff. J-Rook is glued. You've got to say, he must have the pace right now. He is looking incredibly fast.
2 things to note here. Debug no longer a part of that pack. He was slipped into the pit. I think there may have been something with a fuel issue. But more importantly, Alex is right behind the pack.
Look at that beautiful Jaguar livery.
He is going to have, his mouth is going to be salivating at this opportunity.
He is indeed. The track may have dipped. The temperature may have dipped and the rain may have started, but the track conditions are now saying dry again, and there we go. TTR is looking, he's getting that slipstream. You can see how much closer he's getting every single meter. Is this going to be enough? Goes to the outside. Is it going to be done under braking? Doesn't look like it, but Alex in the background is going down the inside as well. TTR is going to go around the outside. That's the longest way to go, as Alex goes down the inside and takes 2 spots. Wow.
So much just happened in that moment.
And now TTR is hounding Garrett, saying, come on, man, we're going to lose this if you don't hurry up.
And it's hard to ignore that bright orange livery, too, in your mirrors. That thing is near nuclear. It's hard to ignore, and Garrett's fully aware of TTR's abilities racing, and so I'm sure he's trying to find that defensive line that's not going to slow him down too much, but also trying to keep him ahead. It's a tough balance to have.
It is a tough balance as Alex is up into 5th. The last time we saw him was 30 seconds behind the leader. He's 28 seconds. He's just being slowed down now, it looks like, by the cars in front. And he is coming. They're onto the back straight. They're coming in. TTR's had to take the defensive line here. Oh, and he's got sideways doing it. Oh, and just tapped back into position by Alex there. That's saved by the guy overtaking you. And now he's going to be under pressure. Both of them. Garrett is now under pressure from the dry tyres down the inside of Alex and the Jaguar. They're going down towards turn 1 as they go past the start-finish line. Woo!
Wow, you can see that side draft that he's getting there. It's still holding position fairly well. It's not losing an overwhelming spot, but he's going to have that grip going into that corner, and see a little lock up there from Garrett, and boom, TTR is taking advantage of it. Old Boy's trying to as well, but manages to close the door just in time for that.
That was incredible stuff there. Just everyone fighting for every bit of slipstream that they can. Garrett comes down the quick left-hander, goes around the right. TTR's got a wobble. No! As they go to the braking zone. Oh, he's just one small moment against the other, and Old Boy is now having to be like, hey, man, this fifth place could be mine. And TTR's shoved it down the inside, saying, I still want it to be mine, please. Thank you very much, sir. I'll take this.
And Alex has completely run away with it. He's no longer even in the picture anymore.
Yeah, look at it. Look at his car already down the road. As these guys all squabble on their wet tires, thinking, what just happened there? What was that green blur?
We got to be coming up.
Oh! Wow, will he hold it? I think he might. Oh, wow. 2 moments.
Lots of love taps.
Yeah, in those final corners. Somehow maybe heating up those rear tires enough to help with the traction. Certainly won't be helping that orange jumpsuit on the lower half.
And we got to be nearing the end of this race here soon, as Old Boy is trying to give some defensive pressure here to J-Rook, just enough to kind of close that door. But yeah, I think we're only a few laps away from the finish of this race.
If that, the time has got to be counting down. It is lap 24. Kamsam has led this race comfortably. His teammate backed him up. And now it is Alex up into that podium position. But the battle's still going on between these. It's Garrett down the inside. TTR finding his way around the outside. ABC Old Boy is now also sniffing. There is nothing between them as Kamsam crosses the line. He is half a lap ahead of them. Unbelievable. And then J-Rook going down the inside.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, and it's kind of spread out a little bit now from that moment. It is Garrett looks like he's going to take 4th place if he can hold it through these final corners as Kamsam crosses the line comfortably well ahead. His teammates taking 2nd. Alex must be already finishing the race as they go around the final corner. We've watched this pair, this gaggle of drivers the whole time. And I think that's going to be their finishing order, but we're going to have to see. We're going to have to wait. That was... that was action-packed.
Sweating over here. Yeah. That was really exhilarating and non-stop racing the entire time. So much overtaking.
You gotta say, J-Rook and Alex have just in the first weekend as Mutiny rookies, just being like, "Hey, I'm here." By the way,
great strategy call from Alex too. By the way, switching to slicks. That was a really
smart,
risky but smart move in the end. It really paid off.
And did it early enough to risk it. And that is Kamsam top of the sheets there, 18 points. What is in 2nd place? Alex on that podium, 14.5 fastest lap. Incredible. Garrett O'Brien, TTR, J-Rook, Old Boy Bob, Viltec, Shattered in 9th, Debug in 10th, John in 11th, Leclerc in 12th. They are your point scorers. NDF 13th, RT, Onyx, Nate, Cracker Cold One, Orange, Maxi, and Bumble. Looks like Bumble retired there pretty early, but congratulations there to Alex. Fastest lap, driver of the day, but no competition there for Kamsam. You gotta say, finished 11 seconds behind his team, in front of his teammate. Wow.
Yeah, brilliant driving. Didn't let off the entire race and kind of set a mark there for the season ahead to see if anyone's going to be able to match his pace, because it's not easy. And the driver standings, we got Kamsam in 1st, Rodders in 2nd, Alex in 3rd, Viltec in 4th, Debug 5th, J-Rook 6th, Shattered in 7th, Garrett in 8th, Old Boy 9th, TTR 10th, John D 11th, followed by Leclerc, NDF, Artie, Onyx, Nate, Cracker Cold One, Orange, Maxi, and Bumblebee.
Yeah, you got to say the driver standings looking a bit like wild, because we do have the sprint race and the feature race in this result, so it's showing you the weekend driver standings, which is incredible. Wins there, Kamsam on, like, wow. Just, I got to say, put it on pole and then wins the feature race, just swans off into the distance. Just congratulations there. This is great stuff as we're going to move ahead in just a second to the team standings. And you can see the teams right beside them. So Lotus, you know they're going to have a good weekend. You can see Kamsam and Rodders at the top here, right? And here we go. Team standings are up and Lotus just swanning off. They're wandering down the road with 36 points already. Ahead of Williams, ahead of McLaren, ahead of Jaguar and Jordan. 12 points each with Sauber on 11. So this, you can already tell this midfield battle is going to be tight. Arrows, not where you'd expect them to be. That's the experienced duo that have just won, I believe, season 11 constructors title as well. So down in 7th position, not where they wanted to be. Renault in 8th. AVM, that is Adamo, Virtual Motorsport in 9th position there with a point. And Ferrari down in 10th position. Oh, gotta say, what an incredible weekend of racing. Thank you so much for joining us all. Back at Mutiny Motorsport, where I hope you're excited for the rest of the season 12 as we've got 7 more rounds to go.